My own brother did not invite me to his birthday party and did not pay back the $1,000 he borrowed from me, but I taught him a lesson. I don't think I'm being unreasonable here. I mean, it's just basic decency, right? You borrow money, you pay it back. You have a birthday, you at least acknowledge the existence of your own sibling. These aren't exactly difficult concepts to grasp. And yet, here I was, sitting alone in my apartment, staring at my phone like an idiot, waiting for a call that wasn't coming. My brother, Alex, had managed to pull off a spectacular feat, ignoring me on his own birthday while still owing me $1,000. A full grand. Not $100, not an "I'll get the next round" kind of loan. No, I had spotted him a cool 1,000, and now I couldn't even get a "hey, thanks for being born with me" text in return. It wasn't just about the money. I mean, yeah, I wanted it back, who wouldn't? But it was the principle of the thing. The sheer audacity of it. I should probably back up a bit. Alex and I had always been different. He was the golden child, the one who could charm his way out of any situation. He had that effortless charisma that made people want to help him, even when they shouldn't. He breezed through life with a kind of unearned confidence, the kind that made you feel like an idiot for even questioning him. Me? Not so much. I was the responsible one. The planner. The sibling who always made sure things got done while Alex was off doing whatever it was he did. So, when he called me a few months ago, voice dripping with desperation, should have known better. Listen, he had said, stretching the word out like he was about to sell me a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I just need a little help. Just something to hold me over until the end of the month. How much? I asked, already regretting picking up the phone. He hesitated, which was never a good sign. 1,000? I laughed. I actually laughed. Because surely, this was a joke. Alex had borrowed money before, small amounts, usually with some grand excuse attached, but $1,000 was a whole different level. What happened? I asked, bracing myself. It's just this temporary thing, he said, launching into a speech about bad luck, unexpected expenses, and something about his car breaking down. I swear, I'll pay you back in a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks. That was 2 months ago. And now, on his birthday, the day when I figured he might at least text me out of guilt, I got nothing. Silence. Radio static. I stared at my phone, thumb hovering over his contact. Should I call? Should I remind him that I existed? Should I demand my money back? Instead, I did something worse. I opened social media. And there he was. Not just alive and well, but thriving. Alex had posted a video of himself at some rooftop bar, drink in hand, surrounded by people who clearly had no idea what a financial liability he was. The caption read, "Birthday celebrations in full swing." Oh. Oh, okay. I clenched my jaw so hard my teeth ached. I scrolled through the comments. All the usual suspects were there. Happy birthday, man. Looking good. Save me a drink. Nothing from me, of course. No acknowledgement that his own sibling might have wanted to say something. No sign of guilt about the $1,000 currently missing from my bank account. I put my phone down before I threw it across the room. All right. If that's how he wanted to play it, fine. I wasn't about to sit here and seethe while Alex partied on my dime. I was going to make sure he remembered exactly who he owed. I wasn't about to let this slide. Not this time. I grabbed my jacket and my keys, ignoring the little voice in my head that told me to let it go. That voice had let Alex get away with too much over the years. The forgotten favors. The unpaid debts. The way he always made me feel like I was the unreasonable one when I expected basic decency. Not tonight. I pulled up the address from his Instagram post, a fancy rooftop bar downtown. Of course, it was expensive. Of course, he had bottle service. Of course, he was drinking like he had absolutely nothing to worry about. I parked a few blocks away, took a deep breath, and walked toward the entrance. The bouncer barely glanced at me before letting me in. I scanned the crowd, searching for that familiar, infuriating smirk. And there he was. Alex stood near the edge of the rooftop, glass in hand, laughing at some joke that probably wasn't funny. The city skyline stretched out behind him, making him look like he belonged in a magazine ad for recklessly expensive cologne. I approached slowly, taking in the scene. A group of people surrounded him, all equally drunk and oblivious. They were the kind of friends who disappear the moment his wallet ran dry. I wondered if they even knew about his little financial situation. "Hey, Alex," I said, loud enough to be heard over the music. He turned, and for half a second, I saw it, the flicker of guilt, the momentary panic. But then he recovered, flashing that same easy grin he always used to get himself out of trouble. "Hey! What are you doing here?" "I could ask you the same thing," I said, arms crossed. "Considering you owe me $1,000. His smile faltered. "Oh, come on. You're not seriously bringing that up right now?" "Yes, Alex. I am seriously bringing that up right now. Because while you're here drinking overpriced cocktails, I'm still waiting for the money you promised to pay me back, 2 months ago." One of his friends, a blonde woman in a red dress, raised an eyebrow. "Wait, you borrowed money from your brother?" Alex let out a short, nervous laugh. "It was just a temporary thing. He knows I'll pay him back." "Do I?" I shot back. "Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you had enough to blow on a party but somehow not enough to send me a single dollar." His friends started exchanging looks. "Dude," one of the guys muttered. "That's kinda messed up." Alex's jaw tightened. "Alright, fine. We're not doing this here. Let's go talk somewhere private." I followed him to the far end of the rooftop, away from prying ears. He sighed, rubbing his temples like I was the problem. "Look, I was going to pay you back." I scoffed. "You were? When? Before or after the next round of drinks?" He exhaled sharply. "I just needed to have a good night, okay? Things have been stressful, and—" "Oh, I'm sorry," I interrupted. "Is your life stressful? Because mine's been real fun waiting for my money while you ignore my texts." He rolled his eyes. "God, you're always so dramatic." That did it. The switch flipped. "You know what, Alex? I think I've been pretty damn patient. I've covered for you more times than I can count. I've loaned you money. I've bailed you out of situations you never should have been in. And what do I get in return? You ghosting me on your birthday while you use my money to fund your night out?" He shifted uncomfortably. "I didn't. Save it." I shook my head. "I want my money back. Now." He hesitated, glancing back toward his group of friends. I don't have it on me." "No kidding." I crossed my arms. "So here's the deal. You either send me the money first thing tomorrow, or I start letting everyone know exactly how you afford these little nights out. Your choice." His face paled. He knew I wasn't bluffing. "Fine," he muttered. "Tomorrow." I nodded. "Good. Happy birthday, Alex." Then I walked away, leaving him standing there with nothing but his excuses. I didn't sleep much that night. Even after I left the bar, even after I put my phone on silent to avoid the inevitable "you're overreacting" text from Alex, I still felt like I had a rock sitting in my stomach. It wasn't just the money. It was everything. Years of being the responsible one, the one who always picked up the slack, the one who made sure Alex didn't completely self-destruct. And for what? So he could ignore me when I needed something as simple as common courtesy? So he could keep living his carefree, charming life while I played the role of the forgotten safety net? I woke up the next morning with a dull headache, not from drinking, just from thinking too much. My first instinct was to check my phone. Nothing. No message from Alex. No bank transfer notification. I clenched my jaw and took a deep breath. Of course. I waited until noon. Gave him more time than he deserved. Then I texted him. "Where's the money, Alex?" No response. An hour passed. Then another. At 3 p.m., I called him. It rang twice before going straight to voicemail. I stared at my screen in disbelief. He wasn't even going to pretend to keep his word. I could have let it go. That's what I'd always done before. Sighed, muttered something about how Alex would never change, and moved on. But I was done. If he thought he could just ignore me until I gave up, he was about to learn otherwise. I pulled up his Instagram. His latest story? A video of him at brunch laughing it up with the same group from last night. Plates of food on the table. Mimosas. The whole works. So that's why he couldn't answer his phone. I gritted my teeth and called again. Straight to voicemail. Alright. Fine. I opened my contacts and scrolled down until I found a name I hadn't used in years, Ryan. Ryan used to be one of Alex's closest friends. The two of them were inseparable until Ryan got sick of Alex's freeloading ways. Unlike me, he had actually cut Alex off completely. Me, hey, long time. Quick question, have you heard from Alex lately? Ryan responded almost instantly. Ryan, LOL, why? He owe you money too? I exhaled sharply. Too? Me, let me guess. He asked you for a loan? Ryan, nah. He hit up Jake a few weeks ago though. Same old Alex. Can't believe you're still dealing with his BS. Me, yeah, well. I think I'm done. Ryan, about time. What did he do now? I hesitated, then decided, screw it. Me, borrowed $1,000. Said he'd pay it back in 2 weeks. It's been 2 months. Ignored me on his birthday and is now dodging my calls. Ryan, classic. You want me to make a few calls? I paused, considering it. Ryan might not have been friends with Alex anymore, but he still knew people. People Alex really wouldn't want knowing he was screwing people over for money. I almost said yes. Almost told Ryan to spread the word, to make sure Alex couldn't charm his way into another favor. But no. Not yet. I had a better idea. Me, hold off for now. I'm gonna try something first. Ryan, oh, this I gotta see. Keep me posted. I grinned, but there was no humor in it. If Alex thought he could avoid me forever, he was about to learn otherwise. I scrolled through my phone, found exactly what I was looking for, and hit call. When the person on the other end picked up, I smiled. Hey, man. You still work at that car rental place? I sat back, phone pressed to my ear, as my old friend James chuckled on the other end. Still at the rental place, he repeated. Yeah, why? I leaned forward, glancing at Alex's latest Instagram story, him and his friends piling into a sleek black BMW, laughing like they had all the time and money in the world. His money, apparently. Listen, I said. You rent out luxury cars, right? James snorted. If you've got the cash, sure. And what if someone didn't have the cash? There was a pause. You asking for a friend? I let out a dry laugh. Not exactly. You ever rented to an Alex? Another pause. Then a low whistle. Oh, that Alex. I sat up straighter. That means something to you? James sighed. Yeah, man. He rented a car a couple weeks ago. Flashy as hell. One of those, impress the crowd, types. Put down the deposit, but the final payment hasn't cleared yet. Of course it hadn't. Let me guess, I said. He's been dodging your calls? James groaned. You have no idea. Dude keeps saying, tomorrow, tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. That was it. That was my way in. Alright, I said, standing up. How about we make sure his tomorrow comes real fast? James chuckled. I like where this is going. I told him my plan. It wasn't complicated. Just a little strategic inconvenience. James was more than happy to play along. I got to Alex's apartment just as the sun was setting. His fancy BMW was parked out front, looking expensive and out of place in the slightly run-down lot. Perfect. I leaned against my car and waited. 15 minutes later, Alex strolled out the front door, sunglasses on even though the sun was practically gone. He was on his phone, laughing, looking completely unbothered. I let him get all the way to the car. Let him reach for the handle. Then, right on cue, James pulled up in a tow truck. Alex froze. What the hell? James hopped out, clipboard in hand. Alex. Buddy. His voice was way too cheerful. Crazy thing, man. Turns out you still haven't made that final payment. So, you know. We're gonna have to take this back. Alex's face went pale. Wait, no. There's a mistake. I was gonna pay. James shook his head. You've been saying that for weeks, my guy. And now? Now it's too late. Alex spun toward me, eyes wide with panic. Did you do this? I raised an eyebrow. Do what? Make you pay for the things you owe. Wow, what a concept. His jaw clenched. Come on, man. Don't do this in front of everyone. I glanced around. A few neighbors had stopped to watch, murmuring amongst themselves. Even some of his Instagram buddies were out on the sidewalk now, looking real interested in the situation. James smirked. Better empty your stuff out of the car, man. Alex looked back at me, desperation creeping in. Look, I swear I was gonna pay you back. No, you weren't. My voice was calm. Steady. Final. He flinched. I took a step closer. I'm done, Alex. Done playing the responsible one. Done covering for you. Done letting you walk all over me. He swallowed hard. I don't have it right now. I pulled out my phone. No problem. Just send me whatever you do have. Right now. For a second, I thought he'd try to argue. But then James started hooking the car up to the tow truck, and suddenly Alex's fingers were flying across his phone screen. A second later, my phone buzzed. Deposit received, $520. I stared at the number. Not all of it, but something. See? I said, tucking my phone away. That wasn't so hard. Alex ran a hand through his hair. I'll send the rest soon, I swear. I cut him off with a smirk. Oh, you will. Because next time? I won't be so nice. James gave me a nod and hopped back into the tow truck. As he pulled away, Alex stood there, looking smaller than I'd ever seen him. For the first time, I wasn't the one left feeling like a fool. And damn, it felt good. I got the rest of my money 2 days later. No apology. No heartfelt conversation. Just a silent transfer and a single text. Alex, it's done. I didn't reply. Didn't need to. Some lessons, you just have to learn the hard way. Thank you for watching the video, like it if you watched the video to the end and don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day.